Well, I started at the famous at the store in the High Street back in 1999. My family business, so I've been working in there since probably about 15 years old during the holidays. So it was kind of in my blood, something I always knew. So it was really part of the fabric of my life, really. And then when it closed in January 13, I was just sort of deciding what to do with myself. And it's something that is you know, I've always known tailoring. So it's something I've always had a bit of a passion for. And it just seemed like the logical kind of move next to sort of try and use the famous brand that is very well known, and just sort of build a business for myself on that and keep the sort of family heritage going as much as everything else. It is very dear to me. I like to think of myself as sort of the first Cheltenham-based visiting tailoring service. So I will come and visit the customer at home or their office and take them through my 3 levels of tailoring. So I have a semi-bespoke, which is my top end, which is a full made-to-measure service with a hand-cut fabric, huge amount of options and cloths, over 1,000 cloths to choose from. I also do personal tailoring, which is a mid-level sort of made-to-measure service, where you're slightly more limited on the cloth and the options and the fits and things like that. And then I also do off the peg, so very sort of useful sort of suits for office work and things like that. So really I try to cover all 3 bases and sort of 3 different price points. So I'm affordable but not cheap, if that makes sense. Well, I think the first thing is obviously the visiting service that I do, which is pretty rare and unique, although it is more well known than it probably would have been 10, 15 years ago. But it's also, I think of my customers very much as my best adverts. So I won't try to pressure them into sort of buying something they don't really want. I will have a good half an hour kind of consultation with them about what the suit's for, what the jacket's for, so whether it's a wedding suit, a work suit and things like that. And I will sort of guide them through the whole process so they don't end up with a suit that isn't suitable, excuse the pun, for what they want to use it for. It should be an enjoyable process, but it can be a little daunting, so it's really trying to take away that sort of fear factor. Well, the Famous has a very long relationship with the Chamber of Commerce. To my knowledge, although I'm not 100% sure, we might have been one of the founding members. So it's always been there sort of to be there on the end of a phone call or anything like that when needed for the Old Famous, and I just felt it was something that I should be involved with. I think that the main thing I learned from when I started up was to kind of specialise, to find a niche that you can really kind of push home. I think that's part of the reason why I've gone for the visiting tailoring services. No one else really doing it in Cheltenham. So really, the advice is just find a niche and specialise in it. I think if you try to spread yourself too thin, then you can kind of lose sight of certain aspects and things like that. And I think just find that one thing and really go for it. The most notable kind of customers, I think, going back, Ronnie Barker was a long-term customer of ours. We used to get a Christmas card every year from him, normally with a small sketch and sort of various sort of funny anecdotes in there and things. He was a great customer. My aims for the next few years really are just to continue the sort of steady growth. It is growing, and I'm quite pleased with the progress I'm making. And the whole sort of the suit and tailoring kind of industry is changing, and the market is changing from an office-based garment to sort of something for events and special occasions and weddings. So the wedding tailoring industry, I think, is something that's really growing and is moving away from the sort of traditional hire, wear and tails into something that's a bit more unique. And really that's where the kind of semi-bespoke service comes into its own, is when you're after something really special and really unique. But also, you know, something you can wear again and again. One of the beauties of a nice suit is, you know, you can dress them out, you can dress them down, you can wear them at all sorts of different occasions.